Hello and welcome back to Blackwatch Intel. My name is Crashy, and today I wanted to do another slight hero analysis video talking about Ana. Now, the reason this is kind of coming up is because Ana has been in a weird spot in the meta, and we presumably have Moira right around the corner. We expect she's going to be coming out pretty soon, a week or so. Maybe she can come out pretty soon, hopefully. And all in all, I just kind of want to talk about Ana and kind of give my thoughts on her, kind of talk about some of the issues she's facing, and even kind of propose a handful of ideas that I have. It's usually like one or two ideas, but I actually have quite a few ideas that I have for Ana. Now, it's kind of no secret that Ana is not in the best place in the game. I think the overall problem with her is that it just feels like it's really inconsistent to be healing with her. And, while she has such a great kit, tons of utility, good, decent damage, especially with the buff going live, potentially from the PTR of her, 60 damage shots to 70 damage, Ana is a strong hero. The problem is her healing consistency. And it oftentimes feels like she has a hard time continuing to heal with her. It feels like the heals aren't landing, and you're worried about barriers, and you accidentally hit your ally who you didn't mean to hit. And overall, I'd say her healing consistency compared to pretty much any other healer in the game is the worst, including Moira, who's going to come out in a pretty solid state unless we see some changes from the PTR. Moira is pretty insane. She can heal through shields, and that's just more or less what Ana can't do. So what can they do to her? I have a few ideas. So the easiest one, I think, would be to make her shots go through shields. Now this one, admittedly, is probably my least favorite. I think it's just a simple solution, kind of a band-aid solution for the issue, and it would undeniably be helpful, so that way she has the potential to shoot her allies when they're in a shield, but I think it's a little unintuitive, it's not the smartest change, and overall it's just not my favorite. Do I think it would be good for Ana? Yes, for sure. Do I think it's what they should do? No, not really. And overall, it's kind of hard to gauge how much of a nerf. And overall, it's kind of hard to gauge how much of a buff this would actually be, because it's kind of just situational to say that yes, that would make her better, and it would, but it's just a little hard to kind of gauge the value of a change like that. Number two, and this one I think is probably my favorite idea, and this idea is actually kind of a two-parter, so I kind of lied earlier. I think it would be a huge benefit to Ana if she could reload faster. Now, I was gonna say maybe a 15 to 30% reload speed increase. It's really hard to throw a number like that out, or even just a percentage like that out, because I don't really know where the balance lies on that. I think my overall thought on this is that, yes, I think she could reload faster. I think this would help with the ability to spam heals out. I think it would make her feel a lot better. And on top of that, and I do think this could be a cool change, make her rifle go from 12 shots to about 14. Now, this is a very small change on top of her already getting faster reload speed, which means that her healing output would be higher, her healing per second would be higher, and overall I think the healing consistency with her would go up. This, I think, is probably my favorite idea. I think, giving her the ability to reload faster, giving her the ability to use the 2 extra shots and all the other shots that she has in her rifle to make decisions because she can reload faster would be a really good change for her. Then she could actually kind of balance out healing and doing damage and just kind of spamming shots and doing all kinds of things that Ana wants to be doing. Again, I think the biggest issue with her is the healing consistency, constantly feeling like she can't heal. And now for my last idea, which I think is an interesting one, and just something to say, in order to kind of get the dialogue started and talk a little bit about Ana, is what if Ana's heals did kind of like an overheal shielding, so like a throughput overhealed shield of like, I don't know, 25 to 50 health that essentially was like a hot and would kind of linger on the target for, let's say, 2 seconds. So she could put like a 50, if you're shooting a target that already has full health, it would put like a, let's say 25 health shield over them that has like a duration of 2 to 3 seconds. I think this would be cool because it would feel like some of those shots that she does spam out isn't necessarily useless. And you could, if you're consistently spamming someone, you could keep healing them and putting that throughput shield on them if they are at the peak of their health. and it could be a really strong, consistent change for her healing and for her ability to support her team as they're taking damage. You're healing them as they're taking damage, you're healing them, and then if you do top them off, you and a Mercy Sayer are picking someone's health all the way up, you hit them again, and it boom, throughputs, like a 25 health shield or something like that. I think it could be something cool to add a little bit more to the value of her shots and give her a little bit more consistency as a support hero. So all in all, these are just a handful of ideas that I had. It's hard to say if any of them are actually very good. It's hard to quantify how to take what I consider Ana to be a very good and strong hero and actually make her just a little bit more viable, because I just think that it's the lack of consistent healing. I know I've said this like 5 times, but it just feels like the lack of consistent healing with Ana is really what kind of cripples her. So I'm excited to see what the support role is going to be like with the changes, going forward from Mercy and, Moira joining the game. And all in all, I hope we can get Ana in a much more viable place in the future. Thanks for checking out this video. Please do not leave without leaving a like and subscribe for future content. I appreciate it again, and I'll see you on the next video.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel the fire inside of me?